Okay, so we are ready to continue working on this cityscape, which we started last week. And as you can see, we've managed to kind of block in the major shapes, the groups, which is like this kind of line of cars is one sort of Uber shape. We drew this shape and then we drew the shapes between to distinguish them. There's the crosswalk here, and then this reflected light, which is actually pretty important to include, because this reflected light from the things kind of echoes. If you notice, it goes all the way back to the light building that's in the very back. We have the sky, and then we've got the buildings on either side. So right now,
Just changing this. I'll be right back.
everybody's job is
Be right
to finish your drawing using your vanishing point lines when you're drawing horizontal lines, and using your ruler like a straight edge and making sure you line up the one or the other side with the edge of the paper, like I'm doing here on the bottom now, so that your lines are straight, because your vertical lines on the side are always going to be straight. It's your horizontal lines that bend down and up towards the vanishing point. And I can try and guess here, but. And I'm not getting into as much detail as what's in this.
No, Sunny. No, Sunny.
But I'm adding in some. And I'm doing it in pencil because I think that will add to this. So even this little bus stop, right? And I was just getting to the point of explaining that when you're drawing street lamps, you're going to do the same thing. Your street lamps are gonna follow a vanishing point, and they're going to get smaller as they go further back. So these are pretty big, but also the lamps will get smaller, but also they'll get lower following the vanishing point line. Vanishing point line is actually 1 point perspective drawings or paintings are really great. They give you a lot. I'm not drawing, I'm like, do I want to draw? I'm just trying to figure out like how much I want in here. I kind of like this little awning coming out. This also follows the vanishing point. Any horizontal line. All of your vertical lines. I'm not doing everything, but I'm doing a few pieces. Who knows, maybe the street lights, lamps won't survive the painting process. Maybe I'll just decide to cover them up, but I kind of like them. I think street lamps are kind of one of the things that we identify with in cities. It's that electric light in particular. Luigi Loire did an amazing job. It's a French painter, painted Paris at the turn of like 1910, 1923, I think. Just as Paris was getting lit by gaslight, and oh my God, his paintings are just dreamy. Everything's kind of gray because of the soot of Paris, you know. It's a big city, and then there's these orange sort of beautiful lights that pop out. Kind of amazing. For pieces of building that are sticking out, so the sides of the building are gonna follow the vanishing points. There are little pieces of building like right here that are actually sticking straight out. And those do not have a perspective issue. They are just simply flat windows and doorways. So you can see the whole side here is just windows that are straight because this part of the building is sticking out. It's this part of the building, right, where everything starts to get a little bit wonky. I was just here trying to decide how much detail I wanted to get into. So same, I mean, if you really looked at it, there's kind of a line here. I'm not doing everything. What do I really want to do? let me focus on this. There's this crazy, like, there's this crazy kind of wedge-shaped building here. I'm just trying to decide if I want to include that in or not. That means I've got to change my shapes a little bit. I want to see how weird it looks if I don't know. I don't know if I'm interested. We'll see. This part is straight up and down. So you get to kind of decide, is it, Mariana, is this helpful for you to see? To watch me make decisions about what I include and what I don't? I assumed it would be.
Sorry, I have difficulties following today because I'm connecting from the phone, so I have to switch from one thing to the other. I cannot see the things simultaneously.
Okay, I was just talking to you. I was just,
But
you
I'm
can
listening.
hear me though, right?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you, and I'm watching the video from time to time. But I'm trying to do the details on the building windows, pretty much.
Okay, so just as so is it helpful to watch me kind of making decisions about?
Yeah, it is, because it is a little bit overwhelming to try to do it all. Yeah.
I'm not convinced. I like these curves, but I'm starting them just to see if I want them in. This also,
I also made the boss too big, but
you made the what?
I made the boss. It is too. My boss is too big.
Ah. So
But
you
it's
know what
because I
to do, right? You know
no,
what to do.
it is because I made it too close to the front.
Right.
So I don't know if I
you
want
can
to.
erase the bus and make it a little bit smaller.
Yeah, let me see if I can do that.
You can definitely do that. If you can't do that, I'm worried. No, you could totally do that. This is the whole point of this, right? It's like, yeah, I'm quickly getting annoyed. I might have one. I find this whole thing really annoying. I don't know. And this could easily be. I kind of like how the lights on this building, you can see some of them and not others. So I'm sort of thinking, oh, that might be, but I might get bored with that too. You'll quickly find that after a while, you don't need as much as you think. particularly in a composition like this.
I think that was a mistake. Too late. Shit.
Too much of something?
Yeah, too much of a blue,
No.
too much of a turquoise.
Well, we know how to fix that.
Yeah. I will have to.
So I'm really not trying to do everything. I do think probably if I have street lamps here, I should have them here. So I'm going from the energies going out. Mhm. I have a nice little rosy glow in here. Maybe I want to sketch that in. I'm going to tell you right now, Mariana, some of these things that I'm doing, I don't think are going to be ultimately relevant. But I'm just adding them in. I'm kind of moving around, as you can see. I'm more kind of looking at the areas where it gets light. And then there's this thing that happens when the streetlights get far enough away. They just become a kind of centipede of light. About here. And then about here. So you can just kind of, they're like a snake. You can get much looser with them. And now I'm not even caring kind of what it is I'm sketching. I'm just literally looking for dark and light areas. So there's stuff here.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, Paul.
I am so sorry. There was just a ridiculous line at the voting.
Well, that's good.
I didn't think it would be that bad. I should, it was almost like, you know, in the amusement parks where they wait in line and then you get to the next level and there's this huge section where you have to wait.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was like one of those.
that's okay. We are just fixing our drawing. We're finishing our drawings right now so we can get, I think we'll be able to start painting today.
Oh, good. Okay.
So just continue. I know you're not done with your drawing. None of us.
No,
finished,
no, not by, especially in that region, no.
right? So
Yeah.
that may be as much as I want to do. Oh, no, I can't get away with that. Sorry. Damn it. Quickly, what can I do? All right, so I'm gonna do this.
Are you talking to yourself or us?
I mean, I'm talking to you as I'm telling you my process. I was like, I think I'm done. No, I'm not done. I have all this whole big window building on this side to do. You're just getting process. Already I'm getting sick of this drawing, but we shall see. I'm going to give myself a few window banks. Always starting from my vanishing point. Right? I love this. I don't even have to think about it. And then I'm just gonna do lines. Not getting too much. There we go. Now I feel kind of done. I'll send you where I decided to stop, mostly because I was like, my center of interest is gonna be here. So here is where I want the most detail. Here, I'm not as interested. I want to convey those buildings, but I don't need that detail. Tight.
Sorry. Sorry.
This one tight. Are you a sneezer in threes, Diana?
Sneezer in what?
Threes? You sneeze three in three? You sneeze three times, really?
I don't know. Maybe I did.
There-
Dude.
You did, Doug. You've only done two. So
Okay.
here's where my sketch is, you guys, and this is as far as I'm gonna go with it. There we go. So when you think you are there at the point where you're ready to start painting, let me know. But even if we take another hour to work on these, that's totally fine.
Hmm. I'm not sure what I'm doing.
Do you want some help?
Not yet.
Okay.
First, I have to ruin
Wait,
it all the
problem.
way.
I got.
I'm redoing the background.
Well, I think this is much better than watching election results. I know I'm gonna spend the rest of my night doing that.
Yeah, it's depressing.
Not totally. Dr. Oz is getting his ass kicked.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
How did
in the,
he
in the
seemed
early
like such a
voting,
sensitive
in the
fellow,
early
and then-
voting, yeah, but that's gonna change when they start counting today's votes.
I know, but 75%.
Yeah, but how many percent was counted at that stage?
I know. I'm just saying, it's not all bad.
He's got some, he just turned out to have like really right-wing ideas. It's weird.
He's fucking crazy.
Yeah, it's weird.
We're recording this.
I don't care.
Yeah,
Y'all, if you all can't take my politics, if any student cannot take my politics, you don't have to agree with me, but I just don't care. I'm done with being conciliatory.
Have you been following, has anyone been following the Kevin De Leon situation?
Not really. I hope they force him to,
To resign?
yeah. He seemed like such a nice guy
Yeah, he probably,
Uh,
I'm not
until,
sure what was, he was in that, yeah, I don't think he said, what did he say in particular? Did he say anything or?
yeah,
He did, okay, because
Yeah.
and I never heard anything from him, but he was in, he was
Yeah.
kind of supporting the conversation. I know that much,
yeah. I thought
Is he bad? I mean, I see he's had,
he is the one that participated in the racist remarks about kicking out the black so the Latino could have more power.
oh, right. Dumbass.
Yeah. And I thought he was a nice guy.
Everybody is pushed. I think people feel much less conciliatory these days.
Yeah. Now I'm painting in the style of, well, in the style of the old Gothenburg colorists.
Ooh, I like that.
I am from Gothenburg in Sweden, and I'd say they were probably working in the 20s and 30s mostly.
So how would you define their color palette?
They were very colorful. That's why they were called the colorists. So their movement was called the colorists. They were called the Gothenburg colorists.
But I mean, did you notice red used quite a lot? Bright yellows, electric colors.
They used pretty much a lot of electric colors.
Mm-hmm. Well, you're just the latest Gothenburg colorist.
Yeah, this painting is. It was like my friend, the glass artist, who is doing all the glass awards for the gala. They're so beautiful. She was commenting on that the other day, saying, "Well, Diana, you're working in the tradition of the Gothenburg colorists."
I'm looking them up right now. Oh, yeah. Also,
Aren't they cool?
it's on the verge of like garish. I mean, I don't mean that badly.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
I mean, like
that's how they work.
it's ballsy.
Yeah,
I mean,
and it's a long
it's
time
not
ago.
like, yeah. Like, interesting. Yeah, yours actually, quite honestly, you are a colorist, but you are not one of those guys. Your colors have more subtlety and nuance to them. And oh, I guess how interesting. I'm just looking.
Yeah, and it's a long time ago. I think it's cool that they worked in that style.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Of course, I'm also getting, when I look at Gothenburg colorists, I'm also getting like hairstylists.
You have to put in art, I guess.
I'm getting colorists. I'm definitely getting some of them. And then like some girl with her hair like out in foil wrap is like showing up. That's funny. Interesting.
What time era were they? They were like 20s and 30s, right?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
You here?
I'm here.
Sorry. Stop listening to you for some reason, but you're back.
Oh, no, no, I was just being quiet for a minute.
We
Wasn't
think
talking.
you
so
lost,
loud.
we think you lost connection when that happens.
No, yeah, no, actually just not talking.
Okay, so here is where I'm at.
It's a little dark. Can you take a picture of it?
Yeah,
It's looking
it
great.
just gets so glossy because
Yeah, I
they
see what you
from-
mean, but try it anyway, just so
Yeah.
I can see it, just because it's dark outside right now.
Yeah. I'm gonna have
Very
to-
nice though, Diana. Are you finding any interest in wanting to do it again, or are you bored already?
No, I'm gonna. Oh, you
I
mean
think this
this?
is a good subject. I think this is a good subject to play around with a bit.
I'm gonna. It's nice that they are that they are next to me, so I'm actually doing them
Yeah,
as a real still life.
yes,
instead of-
exactly, which is
photo.
better than a photo.
Yeah.
So maybe you might want to throw something else in there, a handful of filberts, a paintbrush, a dog toy, something kind of fun that can indicate like where you're at in your head right now, reading glasses, anything. Throw something kind of different in there when you do
I'm
it the
gonna
next
finish
time.
this one first, but
Finish that one, but then if you want to do it again, you can shift it up by throwing something else in there.
I just so needed a break tonight, so.
We get it. I get
Yeah.
it.
But it's different from when we started. It's coming over.
Oh yeah, there you go. Now that's looking fab. I don't know, I think you're done.
No, I can't have that blue speck on the,
You don't like that? All right, so lighten it a little bit, but
Yeah.
otherwise, I think this looks lovely. I think it's fun.
it's fun with a different color.
It totally is. This crazy
I
little
had
Gerber
to
thing you
work,
have going.
yeah, I had to work with the colors all around it to make it somewhat interesting because.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So if you're gonna do it again, you can throw something else into that still life just to change it up.
Yeah, maybe I'm not up to doing 3 of them again. Maybe I'll do something else. But I'm gonna finish this first, but I think it's getting there. I think it's getting there.
It really is.
The fruits are looking, a couple of them are looking good. The 2 in the front looks pretty okay.
I love them. And and that's what's kind of neat about the pomegranate. It's got a lot, because of all its shape, it's got a lot of angles,
Yeah,
right? So there's a lot of different light changes that you can play with. And as you know, you like the midtones. That's where you have your kind of most fun, because
Yeah.
you switch it up and play around with it. So that actually works pretty well. Paul and Mariana, I'm going to give you 10 more minutes to work on the drawing. Then I want you to just send me where you're at. If we need to go longer, we will. But I'm assuming we want to start painting today. So
I'm super far away, so you can continue without me. I'm super
no,
far
no,
away.
no, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to check and see. Just send me where you are in 10 minutes.
Okay.
And try to push yourself to go a little faster, Mariana.
No,
And that
no,
means, no, listen to me. That means letting go of some of your detail focus. Try to go fast. Just, it's good to set a deadline. That's one of the things that forces you to go a little bit faster. Right? That's one of the things that we're looking for as we're simplifying. Paul, I do not see you drawing. Get your hand off your mouth and start working.
I'm left-handed, Leah. I'm
Oh,
left-handed.
okay, fair enough, fair enough. All right,
Why
fair
not?
enough. I'm like, come on, people.
Yeah, you are like a military, in a military mode today.
Yeah, I'm
People
in a
watching this
military
video
mode
right
because I know that you'll get stuck here if we do
We
not,
will.
if I do not
We-
push you out of it. So
We
I'm
will.
really
we
pushing
appreciate
you through it. I know you guys do. That's why you keep coming back. So I'm giving you, we'll give you 10 minutes. If I feel like you really need more time, I'll give you more time. But I want you to see what you can get done in 10 minutes.
I have not done anything on the right side.
We'll start doing something on the right side.
Okay.
I stopped to get
That's
some
what I
tea,
mean.
I think you're gonna be disappointed with me
I
today.
don't think I'm going to be disappointed with you. Oh, you might be disappointed with you, but I will not be disappointed. with
No,
you.
I'm
I'm
not.
never
No.
disappointed with you. I
I'm
always
just
love
happy
what you
to be
produce.
slow.
I know. And I'm just pushing you to go faster.
Okay.
I'm just pushing you to go faster. And the reason I'm pushing you to go to faster is very intentionally to avoid getting too stuck in detail.
The problem is I have problems for getting the vertical line straight, so I'm erasing and erasing.
Well, why are you not using the, are you
I
using
am,
the technique?
I am, but I'm still lost.
How can you be lost?
Well, because it
It's a
moves.
very
because-
simple technique.
No,
Let me
because
show you.
the ruler moves. So if it moves just a little, I have
Okay,
it
so
wrong.
hold, so work on that. Keep your ruler straight. Hold it with one hand, right? Like, it's not that hard. I mean, it's a thing, but
It
it's
moves.
not, it only moves if you do not anchor it down. That is a mistake that can be made once or twice, but after that, you should be able to control that,
Okay.
okay? Just think about the, I like to lean on mine. When I'm doing this, I'll lean on it, right? And secure it pretty firmly. I'm actually standing as I'm doing this. Right? If you're erasing and erasing because of that, that is not a good excuse for why you're taking a long time. But if you're like, I'm trying to draw every single line here, that makes more sense to me. However, you
No,
still
I
don't
can
really
show,
want to do it.
I can show you that I'm not drawing everything. It's just that I'm slow today.
You're slow today. Okay.
Actually, I'm slow with all of the
You are.
architectural drawings.
You are. And so my job is to get you moving faster. That's
Alrighty.
part of my job. You got it? So I'm
Yes.
I know you're gonna keep saying it and I'm gonna keep challenging you to go faster. I'm just gonna be like, and your point is. And that's, all right, I'll be right back. I'll stop harassing you now, Mariana, and keep going. I maybe give you 5 more minutes for that.
Can't believe I finished this one. Okay, signed, done.
All right, Diana, do it again. Are you gonna leave us now and go do other stuff?
No, I might start another one, but I
Start
don't.
another one, start another one.
But
Throw something else in there.
I'm gonna take a photo of this. I even signed it, so that means it has to be ready. Right. Let's see. But it was fun. It was still fun to make it work with color. So
More than you thought, right?
yeah, much more than I thought. I would not have even thought about painting those unless you had told me to. They are magnificent in themselves. So
They are
here is-
magnificent in
here-
themselves. I agree. So you've been able to,
so now this is where I ended. Maybe, am I done? Yeah, maybe.
oh yeah, it's beautiful.
Okay,
And it's so fun. I love it.
thank you. Playing with colors. So now I've done both pomegranates and pumpkins. I really,
Pomegranates, pumpkin, figs.
yeah, I really like to have the things in front of me now. It is much more inspiring than looking at the picture.
Somebody won the lottery.
Oh, wow.
Really?
Yeah,
Where?
California somewhere.
Oh, wow.
$2 billion
Wow.
at an Altadena gas station. Whoa.
Wow. Wow.
Lucky winner. Wow, the gas station owner gets $1 million bonus check.
Oh, my goodness. That's all I would need.
Right?
Yeah. California schools get 156 million from the jackpot.
That's amazing. All right. Paul, 5 minutes. I'm gonna be checking on you.
Okay, let me send you what I have so far.
Nope, not yet.
Not
5 more
yet.
minutes.
5 more minutes.
5 more minutes. I want to see how far you get.
Oh,
All right. Oh. Oh, hang on. I think there's news.
What?
oh no, I don't want to know.
Oh, no, just good, just my own news. Hang on. Nah, nothing solid yet. No grandbaby yet.
No grandbaby.
She's
yet.
still in there. She's still in there.
Oh, I have a friend of mine got a kitten and it fell asleep in her flower
Oh.
pot. Look at this.
Oh.
at this photo.
Look at the little face.
How cute is that?
Maybe we should paint that. That's pretty dang cute.
Isn't it?
Can you send that picture over?
Yeah, I don't know how to say. I tried to save it, but it doesn't let me save it.
Did she text it to you?
No, it's on Facebook.
Oh, you might have to pull it. You might have to go to your desktop and pull it off onto the desktop
Okay.
and then send it back to you.
I will do that because it's so darn cute.
That would be a fun one to do in scenes in the,
Yeah.
that might work. I would send that as a proposal for a scene. That'll make Sandra really happy. She'll love that. Did
Yeah.
you see her ink drawing of that
Yeah,
little black
I
kitty
did.
turned out really well. Oh,
Yeah.
so cute. And she's really getting it's looking quite professional.
Yeah.
Those ink
She's
drawings.
getting so good now.
She's getting really good. It's quite exciting. All right, you guys, stop what you're doing, take a picture, send it over.
Well, I've already taken my picture.
You have. I'm talking about the two cityscape painters. Send me where you're at.
Oh, I love these pictures.
Oh, Paul, that looks pretty good, actually. So, Paul, there's a couple places that are dark where you're going to want to erase your streetlights, your lines, because they're kind of heavy. And I want you to notice where there are light areas that you're going to need to preserve those, right? So go over a couple of places. That's good. Oh, Diana, I really love this one. It's very charming. I love the little blue outline. It just like perks it up.
Yeah, it does. It does.
Okay, Mariana, come on.
Yeah, taking the picture.
Okay. I
You guys see
totally
my
in a
sticker, my I voted sticker?
military mood.
Got my sticker.
All right.
Well, maybe I'll post it on. Maybe I'll post it.
You know you like it.
Yeah. That's the latest. I had Swedish on, so it says something else. Silly.
All right. Okay, yeah, Mariana, too much time. I'm gonna give you 10 more minutes and then you're gonna stop.
Okay.
So you are going to work for 10 more minutes. It's great, but
Okay.
it's too much. You're gonna do more with paint than you are with your pencil lines. So you have 10 minutes and then you're not going to draw this anymore. We're going straight to painting.
Right.
Okay? 10
Alright.
minutes. So start making some decisions. And I mean, on your own time, you can totally spend 20 hours making a drawing with every window, but not in my class. Okay? We're going. And
The
you will thank me.
taskmaster has spoken.
You will thank me for that later. Later, you will get that this is actually a good thing.
Yeah, we would
Done out
never
of
get
love,
anything
done out of
done.
love, and because I want you to do well. So I'm going to set the timer. Let's see.
Oh,
All right, timer is going.
hey.
I am the meanest teacher ever. Sorry, Mariana.
You're not. We pay you to be
I pay you to
mean.
be a little bit mean. Wasn't Lorelai's class fun on Sunday?
Well, I didn't take it, so I don't know.
Me
No, you
neither.
didn't?
I'm so mad I missed it. It was 9:30. I was busy doing other things and it was like, oh, what happened? Completely, it was like 8:30. I was like, yeah, I could get everything ready. And by like 9:30, it was like, oh, I forgot. But I'll be there next week. I
Pretty
will.
great. It's a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun.
What color should
Mariana
I get
did.
ready for the drawing?
What?
layout? What color should I have ready to go?
All your colors. All the colors. Your reds, your greens, your yellows, your blues, your brown. Just have all your colors. I have a little palette here.
It's okay.
Start laying out colors. Here's my whole palette. Start laying out all the colors.
Are you doing watercolor?
Watercolor. We're always doing watercolor in this class.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is
I
the only
actually-
class I do watercolor in.
It's a fun, it's a fun picture though.
It is.
Do you recommend live cityscapes, doing live cityscapes?
Yes.
Not there yet.
I mean, you're not there yet, and yes. Why? How's that? I mean,
Yeah.
sure, but how do you get there? You do it.
Yeah. Cause I might have a spot where it's like, I've always liked that spot. I might have to go and draw it and then.
I
try
think
to-
that's a great idea.
But I won't paint it. I mean, I don't know about painting. I think just taking a picture, drawing it and then going back and painting or just painting. I mean.
Yeah. I mean, one's never really ready for the next thing when you try it. So might as well just try it. I have always hung out with a lot of artists. I don't do much plein air work, but I have a lot of artist friends who do it. And so when I do it, I always hung out with people who did it a lot. And I learned a lot by painting with them. So maybe you need to find people who will teach you. I'm sure there's a million painting groups around LA. Okay, 4.5 minutes left.
Okay, I have to decide what I'm gonna do next. Oh. I'll start with priming another canvas.
That's always a good way to begin.
Yeah.
Kind of mindless, but sort of fun.
Yeah. I got a bunch of canvases that some, I guess, kids have painted. So I have like, I don't even know what's up and down on this. I'm painting over it.
You're painting over it. Hold on. Show me. Oh, yeah. Let's see. I want to see.
Yeah, it's some kids, I think, that painted it.
Oh, funny. How fun. Yeah, do it.
So I'm just,
Yeah, I
Right.
totally see. I love it.
hey,
And is that a
son.
16 by 20 also?
I got a friend of mine that's moved to Maryland. She still has her storage unit here. So she was here and started cleaning out.
Oh, good. So you got some stuff, like some
Well, I
supplies.
got her canvases
Excellent.
that she had that I guess her kids had painted these, I think. But it's also a good way of getting rid of the paint you have on your palette.
It's true.
Just mix everything. I try to do that every time I have paint left and I know I'm not going to be able to paint. I use it to prime canvases.
That's
Indeed.
great. You know, every year Gamblin, who makes those wonderful oil paints in
Oh
Portland,
yeah, you
they
told
throw
me.
this vat of whatever is kind of left over from all the paints that they mix. They just throw little bits of paint. It's like a Fruchthof or something like that, you know,
Yeah.
like that German thing where like you just keep throwing your leftover lemon rinds and cherry pits and blah 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 in, and you cover it up with wine, and then at the end of the year you have this incredible fruity winey drink, German sangria. And they keep doing it with their paint, and at the end of the year they tube the gray, that it always makes a gray,
Of course.
and they give it away free when they don't charge for it, but they give it away free if you buy a certain amount of Gamblin paint at the art store. They call it Torrid gray. It's always a different gray. And because of course it's always like this different combination of things, but it's so cool.
That is cool.
It is really cool. God, that just turned out so well, Diana. You see, they're interesting. They're so pretty.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. I mean, I didn't expect it to be anything.
Right.
So it was fun. It was
Oh.
just fun to play with colors.
All right. Stop in the middle of the- All right, I'm going to remove my spotlight. Mariana, stop where you are. Turn on your video. Oh, you can't, can you? Just take a picture of where you're at. This is where we're going to start painting. Paul, you too. I want to see any changes that you've made. Take a picture, stop where you're at. And then we are going to start painting, all of us, no matter where you are in your drawing. Okay, good, Paul.
I basically outlined where the darks are supposed to be. On the.
Yep, I see it. I see it. Good job. And we're waiting. Let's see. Good job. You're a good sport, Mariana. All right, there you go. Perfect. Perfect. All right, the only thing I want to see. So Mariana, the cars that are behind, so the only thing I want you to see, Mariana, is that your cars should be a little bit bigger. I didn't really notice this until right now. Do you see how there's this big white space, right? Between your drawing here. It would be good. Oh yeah, and your bus is too long. All right. Add one more car into the background, and you can do that very quickly by doing this. Watch. Just kind of sketching, because you can't really see the shapes of the cars in the back too much. It's mostly just kind of boxes. Right? So just do that. And then you need to cut off your bus about here. The bottom of the bus really lines up with like the middle of this truck. The top of this truck. So that's where your line. Yours goes all the way back here. It needs to stop here. All right. So once you've made those corrections, we'll go on. And we are ready. So yeah, if you want to look at this picture, I'll talk for a minute about painting. You know, there's a lot of darks in this picture. So of course, like always with watercolor, we're going to start with the darks, the darkest areas. So actually, I can kind of move up my palette here. Taping mine. As usual, I have this problem because of my paint palette. I'm on kind of a slant. So I've got to tape up my palette. And Paul was asking what colors. If you can see here, I have all my colors. So what you really need, I mean, this is not a single color or a 2 or 3 color thing. There's a lot of colors in here. So I have all my colors out. Here's all my reds, here's my greens, here's and a couple of my browns, here's my blues. Down here are my yellows. Right? I've got them all. So you should have them all arranged in a palette. And I haven't really touched it since the last time we had a painting class, because I don't really use like watercolor very often, except in this class. And because of that, my palette is still kind of messy. It's got old paint on it, so I'm taking a kind of wet blankie. And I'm just using it to clean off so I can start, so I have a fresh, clean place to mix. So when you have paints and you're using watercolor, you want some kind of palette, paint holder like this, where there's areas for mixing and there's areas for holding paints. Both of those things are really important. I'm gonna grab one more little piece. So you can see I'm cleaning this up. So if you have that set up, you should be cleaning it up by now. And since this is a very blue painting, and we're kind of trying to stick a little bit to the normal things, I'm going to try a few blue-orange mixes for my beginning, for the darkest areas. Few blue-orange mixes. Oh, wait, where's my favorite? Oh, hold on, maybe it migrated over to I think my favorite watercolor brush migrated over to
To the acrylics.
my acrylics. I bet it got used in acrylics. Aha, all right. Here's one of them. My favorite watercolor brush is this little flat. It's quite nice. So I'm going to take a little bit of blue. Oh, yes, and I'm also going to need a place to, one more thing I need to get set up. Hold on. Okay. I'm also going to give myself, you can kind of see it here. It's a testing paper. You can't see the whole thing, but you can see enough. This is just a piece of computer paper. I'm going to test all my colors. So I'm dipping my brush in water. I'm pulling some blue out, and then I'm going to try a little bit of burnt umber and blue. And see how I'm kind of pulling the brown, pulling the blue. I might try that color. I'm testing it to see how it looks. I'll try a different blue. This is kind of that's a phthalo blue. Let's try, I'm trying phthalo blue, and then I'm trying burnt sienna. Oh, that makes an entirely different blue. So you see, a sort of bluish brown mix. So I have choices as I'm going in, kind of testing. Oh, with blue, and that's ultramarine and burnt sienna. So I'm mixing basically a blue and a brown for my darks, which has a kind of orangey. And then in the darkest areas, excuse me, once I kind of decide where I want to go, in the darkest areas, let's see, those are really here. I'm going around the windows. I'm going to move around this whole composition. Notice it lightens. It's not very dark. I don't want to go super dark. Paul, you have a tendency to go too dark
I'll try not to.
on your first layer, so try not to. This is your friendly warning that you don't want that to happen.
Thank you. I appreciate the advanced notice.
The advanced warning. The advanced drill sergeant warning. See, and even as I continue. Along here, let's see, right. These windows. I'm trying not to get too detailed. And I'm trying to get a little bit more blue in my dark at this stage. I might change that later. Let's see. See how I'm kind of moving? I'm going into where the windows are. And the plate windows that are darker. Kind of moving around the canvas. This whole area is quite dark. I'm just going to do the whole thing here dark, knowing it's kind of turning a little bit gray because it's getting lighter, knowing I can go darker on the top layers. So see, in some places, like this top building is a little bit darker. I'm moving pretty quickly. Notice I'm not paying everything, but I'm looking at what is truly kind of dark. I have to get my brush wet at various points and go back in. Notice I'm testing before I go back in here. I'm coming here. There. It's kind of dark. Now down here, it's a little bit pinker. So in this blue brown mix, I'm going to float in a little bit of quinacridone as well. See how I'm avoiding the white crosswalk, even though it's a little bit darker. Okay, now here it gets kind of interesting. Because here, there's an interesting light pattern that you really want to pay attention to. I'll send you a picture over. In fact, I'm going to. I think you get the point now. You don't need to see so much of my palette. I'm going to send over a picture of what's happening here so you guys have a very close look at it. Notice how the light kind of, which is coming from the lights from the car, kind of, it's not straight down. There's some interesting patterns of darkness, some shapes. Okay, way too. There we go. It's more blue. Okay, way too pink. There we go. I want this to be reading a little bit purpler. Ooh, that's quite dark. So I'm going to lighten it a little bit with water. I've got water on my brush. You can see here. See how I'm kind of working between these little light reflections?
I'm gonna take out my doggy.
Is she actually gonna go this time?
I don't know.
Hopefully. So look at how already it's very loose and very light and it's drying up, but look at how I'm using these darks and I'm not really touching the cars yet. That's gonna be the last thing I'm gonna do. Testing before. Looking around here, I can see it's kind of darkish. The windows. A little bit lighter. Here. Between the windows. It's all kind of darkish. Yeah, it's kind of super dark. Kind of lighter here. Oops, and then I kind of went into that. I went a little too loose into these. I did it again. I want these areas to be a little lighter because I'm going to pop lights on top of this. But here, I'm skipping over the buildings that are facing me because they're a little bit lighter. But the buildings on this side, this hall shape here, see, I'm trying not to get too detail oriented. Broad brushy. We've got this happening. And this happening. So there I've kind of sketched out the darkest areas of the painting. I know it looks kind of awkward, but I'm gonna send a picture of it to you guys. So you have it. And I want you, and I know also half of it is kind of blue and half of it is kind of pink, but that's okay. Because I can layer on top of this. I haven't painted so dark. There you go. There you go. So really what you want to do is mix a complement of some kind. A blue and a brown or an orange. Maybe drift in a little pink. For these bases. Already it's looking kind of funky. And I've avoided pretty much the cars completely. We're dealing with those at another point. There's too much detail in there. And we'll probably stop. We have about 20 minutes left, so we may not go that much farther than this. And we'll spend more time on the painting on the next one. But if you can get your kind of base underpainting at the darks, it's a good beginning. Diana, how's it going for you?
I just got back in, but I can't get my dog to get out.
You still won't?
No. She won't go. And I don't
California
know
girl.
if it's time enough to start something. It's probably not.
You have 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Try if you can. Push yourself. Well, there's lots of areas here that are not covered, but it's starting to get there. Also, it's a little bit too pink. So you need to,
I can get that color. It's hard for me to get that purpley. It either goes it goes straight to purple instead of pink. I'm not sure how to remedy
well,
that.
then don't use pink. The pink isn't working for you. Then the pink is not working for you.
No, the
stick
pink
with
is
blue
it
and
just
brown.
pink? Do I put pink on top of the?
No, I mix pink in with my blue and my brown.
Okay, so I'll use a because I have the rose. I should put some white with the rose. That'll help.
No. No. Stop using the pink.
No, why?
It's not working for you. No white, no
Okay.
pink. White is not the answer. We're mixing a shady gray.
But pink is red and white, right?
No, Paul,
Pink is not red and white.
no.
Okay, I'm not going to argue. I'm sorry.
And what I said was not pink. I said add pink into your gray mix. So you add pink into blue and brown. So if it's not where, I didn't say do pink on its own. I said pink in with your blue and your
No,
brown.
that's what I did. What I'm trying to say is I put in cadmium rose in with the blue and brown. I should have put mixed cadmium rose with white to make pink, and then I should.
No.
But no, you're saying no. Okay.
Particularly not with watercolor. We almost never use white in watercolor. That will make it too light. And we need it to go darker. So it's got to be all dark pigment colors. Did you say you use cadmium rose?
Yes.
There's no is there a cadmium you mean cadmium red? That's also part of the problem. It should
Oh,
be-
you know what? I use quinacridone rose. I'm sorry.
Okay, quinacridone. So you just use too much and it's not working for you. So just go back to blue and brown.
All right.
Blue and brown. Keep it simple. No, that's not how you, yes, don't, quinacridone red or rose is pink. It is like a pinkish color. So, yeah. Yeah, in this particular instance, you would not get pink from mixing white and red. Watercolor doesn't really work the same as acrylic. It's more transparent. So everything is all the pigments are a little darker. And you might do that at the very end of a painting, but white almost never helps you in this stage. And certainly white would not help you get a grayish dark. So if it's not working, just don't use it. Cover it up with a little bit of, which is brown and blue.
Fetterman might win.
Yeah, I think Fetterman is in a good position to win.
Not in a great position. It's right now, it's only three points between them.
Yeah,
And only 62% of the votes are in.
Yikes.
So it's
But he's not the only one. There are other Republicans that look like they might be going down. I know it's early days, but
yeah,
What about the
I think
there's a race up in
that
Lancashire?
unfortunately Democrats are being slaughtered.
in a lot of places,
Yeah,
yeah, it's really hard.
How about Christy Smith? How's she doing?
I have no idea.
God, we really have become a nation of idiots.
It's almost irrelevant what's happening in California because
Right.
it is so democratic. But Beto O'Rourke was beat badly.
Ugh. Well, it's Texas.
Yeah. I can't believe I'm tired like it was midnight.
I bet. I know you've been working really hard.
Yeah.
You didn't choose the.
But I like the idea of taking everyday things to become something.
See, it is an actual expand, even though still lifes can be kind of boring.
Yeah.
I want to take something from Facebook and, when people put things on, just paint it.
Well, don't do it if you don't have permission. You need
No,
to
no,
get
no,
permission.
Not like what people, yeah, I guess. That's definitely true.
You can't really do that really unless like you get permission.
No, something quirky, like, when they put like the life hacks pictures up, like you don't need permission for that, I don't think.
It just depends on the picture. It just depends on where it originated.
Yeah.
Not like someone's personal life. I don't want to do that. Not interested.
Yeah, but you know, anything that someone has taken a picture of is copyrighted, so you have to
Yeah.
have permission.
Yeah,
Nowadays, especially.
I
yeah,
just
be
asked,
careful.
I just asked
Well, I learned that with
permission
my
to do the
podcast.
Kiki.
Yeah, Paul, if you, yeah, that is actually pretty significant. Copyright is something you gotta pay attention to. It's just take your own pictures. Or make your own.
I actually do take good pictures. I'm one
Yeah,
of
so
the- I wanna
don't,
paint
yeah, don't bother with other people's work. It's,
I've
there's no
got-
point.
A blue jay outside that I took a picture of pretty good. I might use that one.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to do your own pictures, you should totally do it. This is a great moment. You guys have all, Paul, you've had many years of several years of lessons anyway. You should be, you should start painting things that you want to. And Mariana, you should start, you know, picking your own subjects, which you are a little bit already. You know, not just working with what I pick for you. I pick things for you guys to teach you, right? Certain aspects of how to handle things. So you can start with what I teach you, what I do for you, but ultimately you should be working on your own stuff as well. It's a good point, you know, and then you can spend 20 hours drawing windows. If you want to spend 20 hours drawing windows. All of these lessons are just designed to teach you, like this one in particular is designed to teach you how to kind of ignore certain details and what details to ignore and, you know, how to do that. Because I feel like that's something that isn't really, you know, clearly recognized, how to simplify. But yeah, you guys should totally be doing your own stuff too. It's a good practice. And Diana, you're still life. So I think this idea of kind of the still life, you're invigorating it for yourself because you're right. It is better than working from a photograph.
Oh, yeah.
It's
I
better.
mean, you
And
can't
it's pushing your skills. You can see more,
yeah,
right?
It's no comparison.
Right. The
It
only
really-
reason we do this, yeah, is that these guys are more beginner and also because it's easier, frankly, online to work
Yeah, because I
from
mean,
photos.
a still life, of course, will keep still, but every so many things that you sketch and draw and paint in real life.
Right, they move,
Yeah,
they move.
so photos are easier.
Mhm. And lots of people work from photos. I work a lot from photos, but not completely, not
You know,
entirely.
I mean, I have never worked from photos before, until I started these classes, and I enjoy it. I mean,
I think
enjoy it.
it's good. I think it's an easy way to get back in, but now your appetite is whetted and it's time for you to move on to things that are more challenging. Right. And I think you can have fun with I really honestly think you can have a lot of fun with still lifes.
Yeah.
I think you can make some funky Diana style still
Yeah.
lifes that are kind of reminiscent of your garden and your surroundings and even your sense of humor, right? You can make things that are quite fun.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, we're at 7:50. So let's work another 10 minutes and then we'll take a look at where we are and we'll pick this up next week, guys. And Mariana and Paul and Diana, I am really happy you joined us. You joined tonight. I know this is stressful time. I know this is election night. I really appreciate that you guys took some time out for painting tonight.
Oh, I needed it so badly. I mean, I've been going nonstop since 5:30 this morning.
I know you got so much work to do.
So it was really nice to just hang out with you guys.
And I just realized